Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Predator Concrete Jungle Deluxe Stoneheart Predator figure from NECA. I think NECA truly shines when they do these larger figures, so the question is, does this continue that trend? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure is insane, and honestly, I thought there was going to be a lot more reuse here, and there's definitely not. And honestly, if I had paid attention, I would have realized that, but here we are. And obviously it looks like it's built off the Predator Armored Assassin figure, and certainly that is clearly a base, but there's a lot of stuff here that's just completely new. So basically we get the abs, the thighs, and the biceps from that Predator, which I actually have right here. So as you can see there's definitely some similarities, and clearly they took those pieces, but everything else completely new, obviously, because the legs here are completely different, but also just the armaments and stuff here. So just first off, going to that paint, like tons of depth, that dry brush over with the lighter tone of the the kind of a more of a cream color over the teal, just really kind of makes it look like not gross, but certainly aged. And just so much good stuff here. You got kind of some blood marks here at the entrance of the whatever these things are. I haven't played the video game. I want to. It's on my list, but you can see some of the blood of the cybernetic enhancements put there, which is a very, very nice touch. You just see the metallic cybernetic pieces here, which are awesome. This really nice, very dark kind of gunmetal gray. And then you see these like kind of translucent parts. These are because of the light function, which you actually saw in the last part. And for that here, just hidden under there. So yeah, really cool. You got the nice like higher silver metallic for the fans. Face sculpt, just unreal. Get the focus a little bit. There we go. Like these just insanely intense eyes, and just again, all that texture work all around. This Predator has his dreads cut off. Again, I'm sure I don't know if that's explained in the game or not, but there you go, like in extreme detail. They did a great job of blending those in. And in the inside of the mouth, I will say that the mandibles come off. I'm having a hard time getting this to focus here. That's what happens when you use your phone. But there you go. So there's some really nice detail in there. Just so much good stuff. And nope, I'll let that go. Actually, because while I have this piece, kind of interesting that it looks like they left an L on this in particular, which is weird because it is the left mandible. I don't think that is supposed to be there. So if you have one, sound off in the comments. But again, just going back to things. So then we get these gauntlets, just insane amounts of detail. That same kind of dark gunmetal gray. Then the hands, which are definitely built off of the Armored Assassin Predator, but we've added these kind of hand guards with the spikes, or the claws rather. Very nicely done. And we come down to the bottom, we got the belt with all the details, and obviously that teal carries over pretty much everywhere, which is awesome. And come down to the feet, which are obviously completely different. These are all new. And you can see these kind of shin guards, pardon me, as it were. So just unreal amounts of detail, and it's a very impressive looking figure. Getting into accessories, there's not too much to speak of here, but that is very much understandable considering how much new sculpt there is, the action feature, etc. So just jumping right into it, right out of the box for hands, we do get these grasping hands, which again have the kind of hand guards with the claws. And then we also get a pair of fists, which again, same thing, kind of built off that Assassin Predator look, just with this additional piece, which is very, very nice. Then for the face, instead of two different head sculpts, as you can see, we look at the closed mandibles, but then we also get two open mandibles. You can see they did a nice job with like kind of laying a gloss on the inside. So it definitely gives it that kind of wet inside of mouth look. It's pretty cool. And these just port into the face, as you kind of saw it come out in the other section. So there's that. And then finally, you get 4 of these humongous blades. Much like that Assassin Predator, the blades, they're definitely very rigid plastic. They are both sharp and feel they could break easy if it was in a fall. So be very, very careful there. Attaches the same way too. The gauntlets just have a couple of slots that these kind of port into. So yeah, that will do it for accessories. Articulation here is very, very nice. Unfortunately, I could not get a freestanding kick out of this figure, and that issue is actually threefold, at least as far as I could tell from the time that I've spent with it. And first of all, that is definitely just the heaviness of the torso. There's so much going on up here that I couldn't get that. So that's number one. We'll get to the others as we kind of move along. But you know, everything here is very, very nice. You can hear those heavy ratchets, which is important. So let's get this down, and so we are on that kind of dumbbell joint of the head. So we're looking down about that far, looking up very, very nicely about that far. Now there's our neutral. We do get some little bit of tilt, not a crazy amount, but we do get some tilt because of the room under there. For the arms, unlike the Assassin Predator, these delts are actually, they've had room made for them under the actual sculpt of the torso. And I'm impressed with how far that goes, because that looks like a really tight sculpt, but it just fits under no problem to get almost a perfect T. And so no bicep swivel, but we do have our double jointed elbows, which bring us to there. Obviously this gauntlet is going to get in the way, but we get some rotation there. So that's kind of your effective bicep swivel is here, just at the bottom of the bicep. Then talking about those gauntlets, we do have rotation there as well. Then we have hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal. Come to the diaphragm, that is on a ball joint, and we come forward about that far, back, not terribly much. Again, there's a lot going on here, but we do get some really nice side to side, so there is that. At the waist, it looks like it should swivel. Mine doesn't really move, and I'm not going to force it. I did heat this up, and even then, I really didn't get a lot out of it, so not going to mess with it, but I think ideally that probably should move. Then we come to the hips, and you heard those earlier, so excuse the noise here. But extremely ratcheted joints, but we get full splits, which is beautiful. Then they're so tight that it feels like you're gonna like break something doing that, so be careful. Unfortunately, no thigh swivel. I kind of thought that would be in that function, but I guess not. That's probably part of keeping those detents intact. Front kick is definitely not going to be too far, even though this belt piece is definitely kind of rubbery. Then we come down to the knees. You're double jointed, so we're coming to about there. We do get a little bit of rotation there as well, not so much here at the shin. And then the feet are very nice because you can see that kind of ball joint, ball hinge. So we're actually getting some nice point, probably the best of any NECA Predator. Get some really decent forward, and some of the best rocker I think I've seen on a NECA figure, period. So yeah, that's articulation. Whoops, before I forget, action feature. And yeah, there are LEDs here both in the head and the torso. So again, a lot of stuff going on, and just showing how it works. Top of the head comes off, there's a switch, turn that on, and we get those lights covered out of both the plate. And then here on the back, kind of as I showed at the beginning, do that. Same thing, just kind of flip a switch. Right, there we go. And you can replace that. And you just get this really cool effect. Slide that into place. Of course, I'm gonna mess this up on screen. You get the idea. So you get that and the chest. So just really awesome action feature overall. So yeah, that's articulation action features. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other NECA Predator figures. With some Hasbro and some Mattel. With some imports. With some other monsters. Finally, with an articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valaverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Stoneheart Predator from NECA Toys is that, honestly, if I had to sum this up in one word, it's just impressive. Between the detail, the working in of the LEDs, the just sheer mass of the entire thing, just everything, there's constantly new things to kind of discover about this figure, and that's kind of weird to say. Case in point, in articulation, I actually forgot to go over the mouth here actually is articulated as well. So yeah, there's a whole bunch going on here. There's so much attention to detail and love that went into this. So I cannot recommend this enough. If you like Predator as a franchise, just as a being, a race, like, absolutely pick this up. It is worth every penny. And it's available from various sources. I've seen this on Target shelves in their collector section, and it's available from various online retailers as well, including but not limited to Entertainment Earth, of whom I happen to be an affiliate. So it's currently says, as of me recording this review, restocking soon. So by the time this goes up, this might actually be in stock. And if that's the case, and you use the code showing up right here, or use the link I put in the description, if this is in stock, you'll get 10% off, as well as free shipping, because any order over $59 ships free with that code. So yeah, so definitely get down on that if you are interested. And with all that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. Pardon me. And if you did, please consider liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Hit the bell notification so you know when I have new reviews coming up, because I have various reviews a week going up for action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of those things appeal to you, come on back and let's talk some toys. And yeah, I guess that's all there is to say. So yeah, thank you so much again for being here, and I hope you are well. I hope that all your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.